to Pasadena and the majestic Rose Bowl, one of the unique settings in all of sport. This year's Rose Bowl, presented by Prudential, is a crucial part of the college football playoff. Hi, folks, and welcome to this highly competitive matchup. It's the Miami Hurricanes against the Ole Miss Rebels. Holly Rowe joins us now from her ringside vantage point. Holly?
Thanks, guys. Coach Golding told me before the game, this is a fun matchup here today for conference bragging rights. The SEC versus the ACC. These are two teams and two conferences that are always trying to get chippy, talk about who is the more dominant league. They'll have a chance to prove it here on the field today. Both coaches say they want to dominate at the line of scrimmage and show just who is the more physical league. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Holly. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The Hurricanes will get the first crack on offense today. And welcome to the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all, and one of the grandest stages in all of sports. Everyone here today feeling like there's nowhere else they would rather be than Pasadena. Whatever happens on this field, Joel, it seems like it has amplified weight and importance just because it's at the Rose Bowl.
I think it's because the rest of the country is under snow, and here we turn on the TV and there's sunshine to San Gabriel's. This is the most iconic and best venue in all of college football. I cannot imagine the anticipation and pressure and the overall anxiety that these players are feeling about to step on this legendary field.
Getting set. Here's second down. Looking for some space. It's Fletcher. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
This is exactly what pops up on film in preparing for this defense. His recognition, getting into the backfield, stopping plays before they ever get started. Look how fast he recognizes what's going on and then his instincts to go make the tackle.
Now a quick third down test on this opening drive of the game. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. Looking for his big tight end. Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Well, this is the advantage of a good quality big tight end, is that he can basically just post up the defense on a third down and you create a first down for your offense. This is the type of mismatch that I think they should exploit the rest of the day.
The Hurricanes will have 1st and 10 here. Off the play fake, looking to throw. He's running out of time here. Incomplete. That should have been caught. That's on the receiver.
Boy, defense gets away with one there. He's wide open, and he just drops that ball. They're going to have to adjust the coverage here because clearly this quarterback, he's seeing it well. He found the open man. They're not going to miss many of those.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 42. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Gilbert. He make the tackle, but this offense has crossed midfield. Set up for the first down at the 47.
Chris, I don't know how the big tight end gets that open in the middle of the field. Somebody has got to target the tight end in coverage. That's an easy throw and catch, and as a quarterback, I will take it all day long. My tight end's open, bam, complete.
And the tight end goes in motion before the snap. First down, looking to throw the football. And the pass is hauled in over the middle. They stop him, but not before he reaches the 35. This offense really threatening now.
Chris, I think the best way to defend these drag routes is getting some contact early in this route. You've got to jam this wide receiver, in particular with his original alignment. If he gets a clean release, you're probably going to get that ball completed as an offense. So jam the wide receiver at the line of scrimmage, play some tight man, and force him to really work for that release. Great defense here and really good timing, because anytime you're going to bat that ball away, there's always a chance you're going to arrive too early and create a pass interference. But here the defender times it perfectly, swats it away for an incompletion.
Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. Oh, it's snapped to the back. Going absolutely nowhere. That'll be a loss in the play.
When we talk with these coaches, they talk about the key for the defensive lineman, in particular in the middle of that line, is block destruction. Look at him get off the block, and he's able to make a play, this time in the backfield.
This is the 8th play of the opening drive, but now it's 3rd and long. Oh, and a flag before the snap. Looked like the defense jumped into the neutral zone there. Neutral zone infraction moves the ball up 5 yards. Here comes the 8th play of the opening drive, but now it's 3rd down. A play action, looking to throw. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Yeah, Chris, that's a big play by this secondary on 3rd down to create the tight window and then contact right when that ball arrives. That is tremendous timing. You don't want to arrive early, obviously. That's perfect.
So they're short on 4th down, and the coach decides to trot out the field goal team. And he's got it from 49 yards out. What a powerful kick.
Well, that's a confidence boost for this team. It's a good quality drive, and you ended in points. I know they would have rather been in the end zone, but again, getting points on the board in this situation, that's solid for them.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. Return begins inside the 10. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense takes the field. Our first chance to see them today. This should be fun. A duel of 2 elite running backs, 2 of the best in the country. You don't see too many offenses these days, Joel, led by running backs. We've got a collision of 2 of them today.
Chris, for me, it's very simple today. The back that gets going is going to win the game because these 2 offenses run through these great running backs, and the one guy that can really establish himself and be productive, that team's going to win. We normally see this guy make this play, and as a big tight end, you've got to play through contact. You've got to expect that you're going to get contacted right when that ball arrives, and it looked like he was almost surprised. He's got to make that catch.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Short connection to the tight end here. Goes out of bounds, but a solid gain. He's just short of the 40.
Chris, these are so difficult to defend, and the reason is that tight end is normally so involved in the run blocking. So when you put a play-action fake out there, there is conflict on the defense. That defender who's responsible for the tight end and pass coverage also has run responsibility. That's what allows the tight end to be open, and now you just have...
Breaks for... here he goes. Breaks into the clear. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
You can't start any better than that as an offense. You get that ball and you go right down the field for a score. You know, a lot of times these offensive coordinators create scripts the first 10 or 15 plays. They map them out during the week. Well, this one was mapped out perfectly.
And now they'll set up for the point after. PAT makes the score 7-3. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. They'll start from the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete. So 2nd and 10 from the 25. Important to get something here to avoid that tough 3rd and long situation. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Oh, and it's dropped. Nearly intercepted by an excellent defender. Don't see that very often.
Defense is playing well in all areas here. First, the pressure on the quarterback. He's clearly hurried, and because of that, I didn't feel like this was the best read. He just kind of jumps at it and throws it right into double cover.
The Tough situation with the offense. 3rd and long from their 25. Let's see if the defense brings some heat here. That's caught. It's gone. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
All right, so you get the completion, and maybe this is a more manageable 4th down opportunity, but I still don't love the idea of going for it and being aggressive. This is just too many yards to go for it. I think the punt is the play.
The Canes will bring their punt team onto the field. Trying to kick it away, helping his team with field position. And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. And he fields it at the 15. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And for the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Here the wideout goes in motion. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Defense is coming after him. Nowhere to go here, and the ball is knocked loose. Oh, he's scooped up. Offense still has it on the run.
Boy, what a terrible feeling as a quarterback. Trust me, that ball gets ripped out of your hands, and lucky for him, it bounces right to a teammate, and they're able to retain possession here.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And you make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to an end. And it's Ole Miss in front. And at the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. They've flipped into the field, ready now for the 2nd period. We begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this 3rd down. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the 1st down. Fires it to the wideout. But they don't connect. It's incomplete, and it brings up 4th down.
Chris, it seems to me like this quarterback is predetermining where he wants to throw the football. He's got to just read the concept out. Here, the coverage is really good, and he still forces the football, forces the issue down the field. That ball probably should have been picked off.
And the Rebels will bring their punt team onto the field. And he drives the punt deep. We'll see if he can make a play on this return. And the coverage team able to bring him down. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. Opening play of the drive, he looks right for a completion. They bring him down, but a solid 9-yard gain sets up a 2nd and short. Less than a yard to go as they come to the line on 2nd down. It's a draw play. Quick spin on the run. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the 1st.
These are the type of run plays that can build into future success. I know it doesn't look like much, right? It's 2nd down, you move the chains, that's all great. But that's the exact type of run that you can play off of later in the game, get to play action pass, and get those safeties down near the line of scrimmage.
Receiver in motion now. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
You know, this is such good defense. Even if he catches this, I don't think he's getting much. It's thrown fairly short. Defense is there. Incomplete. Seems kind of nondescript.
Now it's 2nd down here. They'll hand it off. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Boy, really good job by this defense. Look at him just swarm the ball carrier. He's got nowhere to go. This is really a no-chance carry for the ball carrier. And a great tackle in the backfield.
What will the call be on 3rd and long now from the 44? Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looks to the left for a quick throw. What a catch! Tackle is made, but the junior quarterback shows off his arm strength that time.
Boy, anytime you can convert a 3rd and long, that is a huge plus. And that's a great play call from this offensive coordinator. And then really good execution from the quarterback. You've got to stand in there, find a good option, the right matchup that you want, and then deliver an accurate pass. And he's able to do that for a nice conversion. 1st down for this offense.
And he goes nowhere. Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
I I think his best strength is havoc plays. He's constantly in the backfield. It doesn't matter if you're throwing the football, he's after the quarterback. You're running the football, he's in the backfield, tackling the running back. He's constantly in the backfield, which is just a pressure situation if you're on offense.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Caught over the middle. They bring him down to the 25. They're moving closer and closer to the red zone.
They're doing such a good job of recognizing coverage. Watches the wide receiver, sees that it's man, so he continues to run in his route. And as a quarterback, you've got to understand that your window is going to be tighter. You're not looking for an open gap. No, you're trying to look for a window and a matchup that you like. He finds it with his wide receiver, accurate ball, and he gets some yards after the catch for a first down.
And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. 4-yard gain makes it second down and 6 now. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. The pocket breaking down. Throws it too far over everyone's head and incomplete.
This is a great job defensively on two fronts. One, the coverage down the field. There's nowhere to really throw this football, but also the pass rush was forcing the quarterback to stay in the pocket. Man, I thought he was inside of the pocket as he threw that ball away. I thought there should have been a flag, Chris.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Touchdown, Canes. Caught in the end zone. That's a great drive. Perfect call and execution to take the lead before halftime. Important because the other side gets the football, Joel, to begin the third quarter.
I don't think you can overstate the importance of a drive like that and a score like that. All these coaches talk about the middle section of the game, winning right before halftime and then right out of halftime. And right here, taking the lead, knowing that you've got to kick it off to start the third quarter, that is a massive moment. Now you can go in, make some adjustments, and really come out with a great defensive game plan for the early third quarter drive.
And they get set now to try the PAT. PAT is good, so the score is 10-7 now. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. They'll return it from inside the 5. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. So the first play of the drive here coming up, less than 2 minutes left on the clock. It's an RPO. The quarterback gets it out quickly. Tackle is made. It's a short gain, well short of the marker.
I tell you, Chris, defensively, this is death by 1,000 cuts. They just allow these hitch routes to create second and manageable, third and manageable. It's too easy for the offense. The off coverage has got to change. They've got to get up in the face of this wide receiver and force him to have a difficult release. Take away the easy throw, or else this is going to be a long game.
The offense now facing a third and long from the 26. Got to avoid a mistake here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Trying to create here on the move. It is incomplete again. Fourth down coming up.
This is the benefit of playing zone defense on third down. Chris, look at the eyes of the defender. They're in the backfield. He can break on the ball, and while it looks like a completion for a first down, he shows up with physicality, knocks the ball loose, fourth down.
And the Rebels will line up to punt it away. Steps into this one, and it's a boomer. Wow. No fair catch. Looking to make a return here. Returner brought down. Sets up the next drive. Here's the first play of the drive. They start at the 28. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
These fast RPOs, they can be tough to execute, and here you're seeing a product of that. The quarterback just has to make a decision so quickly, and the ball handling becomes key, and there he just can't connect.
Incomplete. Second down coming up. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Grab down the middle. It's Brown. So now Miami will use their first timeout. They have 2 more to work with before halftime. That completion sets up an important third down play. Offense appeared to be confused about the snap count there, and it cost him 5. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Oh, they've got him for a sack. That'll bring up 4th down. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. They have 2 more to work with before halftime. The Canes will bring their punt team on the field now. They're going to kick it away for the 2nd time. And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. We'll see what he can do with the return. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. Takes the ball and heads to the left. The gain moves the ball to the 34.
Really solid stuff from this offense here. Quarterback is making good reads. He sees in the RPO the run-pass option that the handoff is there. The defense is back. He gives it to his back, and he picks up a nice gain.
2nd down play coming up. And he'll set up to throw. Swarmed by the pass rush. A sack. Now the Canes will go ahead and spend their 2nd timeout here. They still have 1 more in their pocket for the rest of the half.
This is a no-chance play as a quarterback. This defensive end is getting off the ball so quickly. He is electric. That first step, he gets to the quarterback so quick, he's got nothing to do but protect the football. And thankfully for the offense, he's able to do so.
Brought down short of the marker. That's going to set up a 4th and 2. Is going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've had ourselves a really entertaining first half. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big, fat W. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to start the 2nd half.
And the Canes will kick it deep to begin the 2nd half. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. And the powerful Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. Hoping to click here at the beginning of the 3rd quarter, try to make up this deficit. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, we've seen it all day long. This defense is right time, right place. And again, they hold them. It has been a frustrating day for this offense.
2nd and 10 here. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on 1st down. Oh, he can't connect with the wideout that time. Incomplete.
Chris, I think he's a bit rattled here. Sometimes you see the mechanics falter, and in particular footwork, and you can tell that the game is moving too fast for the quarterback, and that's what I'm seeing right now. He's not stepping through his drop. He throws this off his back foot, and it's totally inaccurate.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Caught over the middle. It's Alexander. Tackled short of the 1st down. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Chris, I think that's smart from the offense and this quarterback. You don't want to force the football across the chains just to get the 1st down. Get a completion and create a scenario where you can go for it on 4th. And here inside the 2 yards, I would certainly be aggressive.
They'll kick it away here. And we'll see what he can do on the return. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And the Miami offense is back on the field. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They bring him down, but a solid 9-yard gain sets up a second and short.
It's a nice run, but at this point in the game, they need to get some chunk plays down the field.
Second down after that previous play. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. It's an out route. The catch made. He's got a crease. The sophomore with great work after the catch. We go back to the weapon who's been so reliable and effective today. He's one of the guys that's helped them build a lead. Now, Joel, they go to him trying to secure it.
And Chris, he's just so reliable. You can tell that the quarterback has full trust that he knows exactly where this player is going to be, that he's going to be open, and that he's going to catch the football. And when you have a guy like that you rely on the outside, you can ride that to a victory.
The receiver grabs it. They bring him down, but that play moves him into scoring position. 1st and 10 from the 11. So they finally feed the elite wide receiver. He hasn't played a huge part in building this lead, Joe, but let's see if they look to him as they try to close it out.
And, Chris, not all contributions show up on the stat sheet. This defense has certainly been aware of this wide receiver and committed resources to try to slowing him down, which they've done, but that's allowed other areas of this offense to have success. Now as the defense shifts back, I think he's going to have more of an opportunity in the next couple of series to create some of those catches.
So the false start will back him up. Sets up a 1st and 15 now. Makes a quick grab. Tackle made, but the gain moves the ball to the 8. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Tight end goes in motion. From the shotgun, handoff inside. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
As the field condenses in the red zone, it becomes so difficult to run the football, and I think it becomes even more difficult to do it out of the shotgun. Because remember, you need space, you need to put the defense in conflict, and if you're not able to do that, then you need extra blockers. You need the tight end, you need the fullback, and you need to get downhill. You can't really do that out of the shotgun.
Tailback with another carry. Stuff again for no gain. Sets up 4th and long.
I've always been a big believer that you build defenses front to back and inside out. There is nowhere to go in the middle of this field right now. They're doing a great job of not allowing that offensive line to gain traction at the line of scrimmage. It's a beautiful stop right there. Really nowhere to go in the middle.
The field goal is good.
It's a nice job capping off that drive with points, and that kick was beautiful. Right down the middle. Some serious confidence for this kicker going forward.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. On 1st down, it's play action. That's caught. It's Lacy. Open field ahead. And he goes out of bounds just past midfield.
Well, this is a quarterback's best friend. It's a short completion to the running back, but because he was accurate, he's able to get yards after the catch. It's a big play for the offense, easy execution for the quarterback.
And one big play has moved the ball across midfield. 1st and 10 in enemy territory. Clear movement before the snap, and it'll be a false start. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. They're going to run it. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Well, the key to 3rd down success is being good on 1st down. And here the defense does a great job on 1st down of going up and stopping the run. And that's the key to this thing. If you can create long yardage situations, now they have to throw the football, and that pass rush can start getting after it.
It's a shotgun run call. Breaking ankles out there. And they bring him down, but not before he reaches a 38. First down from there.
Great read by the quarterback in the RPO game. One pass option. He's reading the defender on the outside, and as soon as that defender defends the pass, he's going to hand the football off. Look at the crease. Beautiful play and an easy pickup for this offense.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. It's incomplete. They waited all game for a chance to intercept one. Instead, it's second down.
Well, Chris, when you throw the football this late, you know the coverage can close. And here the window is there early, and then it closes late, and that should have been picked off. That could have been taken back for 6.
Here's the second down play. After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. And this one is caught. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. As we take a break for the quarter, it's Miami on top, sitting in pretty good position as we wrap up the third quarter. Let's check out the game stats so far. 1 quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big third down defensive play.
No-brainer to go for it right here. Remember, players, not plays. Who's your best player? Who's your best matchup? I think that's who needs to touch the ball right here. This is the game.
So here we go. Down 1 score. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. He made the tackle, but it's enough for a fresh set of downs. There'll be a rule down there, but a fourth down conversion with plenty to spare.
The coaches told us all week that they were going to be aggressive in this ball game, and here they are being aggressive on 4th and 1. The defense is going to line up this way and give them the opportunity to run the football. Might as well take it. And they move the chains, and here we go.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Well, you're not going to execute this comeback unless you can protect your quarterback. And here he's hit as he throws. If this O-line can give him some time, he's going to be able to find somebody down the field. But again, it always comes down to protection.
Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a third and long. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. Tries to avoid the rush and just gets rid of it.
Chris, he's really got to be aware of where he is on the field. He was dangerously close to that pocket line. If he's inside the pocket, that really should have been grounding. To my eye, it looked like he was inside.
So here we go, third down in the red zone, the kind of play that decides football games. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He's got it near the end zone. He doesn't get the first down, but there's a marker on the field. We'll check that out. Oh, what a mistake. A 15-yard gift to the offense when you're trying to protect the lead here late in the game. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
What a job by the big fellas up front. To be able to run the football in this field position, you've got to have an offensive line that can just overpower the defensive line. That's a beautiful feeling as a quarterback, as a running back, and as a play caller. You got 5 guys up front that are just winning.
They're setting out to try the PAT. Crucial PAT is good. They're in front by 1 here in the fourth. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Coverage team brings down the returner. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. A pre-snap motion from the offense. Keeping it on the ground here. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
Stopping the run is about being sound fundamentally and schematically. You got to be where you're supposed to be in your gap, but then you got to fight. And this defense is fighting off blocks, making tackles. They're doing a really nice job.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Looking for a man. The receiver makes the catch. It's a nice gain. It'll move the football up to the 27. They bring him down, but the junior quarterback showing off the cannon. And the quarterback features the wide receiver. He's been one of the few bright spots for this offense today. Joe, can he make a play to make up this deficit?
Well, I think he might have to, Chris, because as you suggested, there just isn't much going right for this offense at this point, other than the matchup you've got on the outside. He's creating space. He's been reliable with his hands. That's where you can move the football. You might as well sit right there because that's what's working.
And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the first down yardage.
Oh, that's a really good job by the defense. Being gap sound, there's nowhere to go for this running back because of the fundamental football being played on the opposite side. This defense is where they need to be, and then they're making the tackle. Really good job defensively.
Looking to pass here on second down. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. That gain is good enough for a first down. Ball spotted at the 42.
Chris, we don't often talk about pitch selection for a quarterback and how important it is. Sometimes you've got to drive the football or throw it layered over a linebacker or even with touch down the field. Here, it's zone coverage. It's a curl route. He's got to throw a fastball right in between the defenders and does a beautiful job.
And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Chris, it seems like the quarterback made up his mind before the snap. This has got to be a post-snap read. To me, this is a pass read all day long. He gives it to the back, and they don't gain any yards.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. We've reached the 2-minute timeout as this offense tries to stage a dramatic comeback and win the game late. Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. Big throw caught on the left side. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
That is a perfect start to this drive for this quarterback. He's 3 for 3, and now he needs to start locating those wide receivers that are down the field. Find the seams in this defense and push it into scoring territory.
The Hurricanes getting set on 1st and 10. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Finds his man. It's Brown. He heads out of bounds, but he's inside the 20 now.
This is really good situational awareness from this offense. They understand that they need to get the ball out of bounds. Remember now, the clock is going to stop if you get the first down. It's going to stop if you get the ball out of bounds. So you got to work those areas of the field. As a quarterback, this ball has to go past the chains or outside the numbers. That's how you're going to move it down and get this score that you desperately need.
Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. Chance to strategize for this second down play.
It's something I love about this defense is their discipline. Look at them stay in their rush lanes, get a nice stop.
Important second down play coming up. Here's a quick throw off the play fake. Almost takes their second timeout now. Strategy session before this third down play. The long drive continues. The offense just grinding away here. On third down, he drops to throw. Makes the grab on the move. Brought down just short of the end zone. It'll be first and goal from the 1. Ole Miss will call their third and final timeout, approaching the final minute of play. They can no longer stop the clock with a timeout. And the quarterback keeps it here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. So now Miami will use their first timeout. They'll still have 2 available as we approach the end of this game. Ball moved back to the 4 for second and goal. Try to catch the defense with the draw. Touchdown, Miami. They have taken the lead with time running down. The Canes go back on top.
Chris, there is nothing better than playing great when greatness is needed. You're down. It's inside of a minute. This offense had to have it, and they're able to put it in the end zone. That is great stuff from this group.
Offense will go for 2 here, trying to make the lead 7. Looking for a receiver. Here's a screen pass to the running back. And he stopped short. Big play by the defense to keep this a 5-point game in the 4th quarter. So after taking the lead, they'll kick it off here and hope the defense can hold on. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. And looking to throw now on first down. Grab down the middle. It's Cook. Really solid first down gain. He's just short of the marker, so maybe a chance here to take a downfield shot.
I really like the execution from this quarterback and wide receiver. Watch as they're on the same page and then on the same timing. If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes, it's got to be framed up and it's got to be thrown on time. Both of those happen, and it's completion for this offense.
Grab by the receiver. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
What a huge first down to stop the clock, and now they need to move quickly. They've got to get points on this drive.
They've got to get points quickly here, looking for explosive plays right now. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Coming after him. Oh, quick pressure, and down he goes. Hope you enjoyed the game. For Joel Pratt and Holly Rowe, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
season continues in the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Oklahoma Sooners. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Coach Venables told me before the game, Coach is using a great motivational tactic in the locker room with his team. He told me this is the best game outside of the playoffs in this postseason. I am challenging our guys to put on a show for our fans. They want to make sure people know we will be in the playoff next year, and that motivation all starts here today with a terrific top 25 matchup. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. So Oklahoma's offense will get the ball first. Headed out to lead this team is John Mateer. A couple of big-time signal callers on display, and we expect a lot of points to be put up in this one.
Man, I've been waiting for this game for a long time, Reese, after everything you just said. Do not blink, do not go to the bathroom, because both of these offenses can score quickly. These passing attacks are two of the most dangerous in the entire country, and it's always fun when you get to this first game now, because it's one thing to do it in practice, but you can't wait to get out and finally do it against a live defense. And when you've got quarterback play and you've got weapons catching the ball like these offenses have, boy, oh boy, you know it's just going to be exciting.
And the Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up third down. And wait a minute, third down now becomes, we're going to go for it on fourth down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Pocket breaking down. Hauls it in. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
Finds his man. It's Harris. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
And you've already seen this QB, man. He's willing to spread the ball around and take what the defense gives him and not force it to his go-to guy. But it's not a surprise. When you get it to him, good things happen. He can chew up chunks of yards and make those big plays.
Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Handoff to Xavier. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Neutral zone action.
Defense had them backed up, and then they're in the neutral zone, and the offense will say thank you very much. They'll run out of the gun. Here's Xavier Robinson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
And the ball squirted out. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. The Irish offense comes out. First chance we've had to see them today. And standing in the way is one of the best defensive lines in the country.
Well, this is one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but David, he better have a clock going off in his head in this one, because this is one of the elite pass rushes in the entire nation as well. Their D-line is absolutely stocked and loaded with athleticism, with guys with bad intentions, and they built this D-line specifically for games like this.
Yeah, so he better be on time, right? Like, that ball needs to be able to come out. You just got to be careful. You don't get away with some of those liberties of holding on to the football, extending plays, because those dudes are in relentless pass rush mode, chasing after you. This will be a great chess match.
Carr pulls it in. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
It's going to be fun to watch this receiving group, I think, for Notre Dame this season. I think one of the things Marcus Freeman's done a really good job of in recent years is go to the portal and bring difference makers at the receiver spot. It was Malachi Fields coming over for Virginia, the big, tall body making big plays downfield last year for the Irish. And this has always been a position, David, that we thought was always a little bit behind some of the elite competition in college football, but it feels like that's starting to change now.
And Greathouse and Faison both back, so obviously some experience there, but then bringing in some ultra-talented, highly recruited receivers from Ohio State. Those guys usually pan out pretty well to have that speed element. And a couple of guys that maybe click now with this C.J. Carr offense and the passing attack, which went from a liability a couple years ago to a strength.
From the gun on third down, Carr. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, third and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
The Irish send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. Backed up now, here's second and long. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The Sooners will send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. Motion from the back. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Got a man. It's Williams. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Play action, C.J. Carr. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. They'll run play action. Here's the pressure. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack, even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turn.
And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the drive with a 1st and goal. Quickly complete. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to throw, it's Mateer. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
Steps away. And he's in, pounding his way in for the score. Touchdown Sooners!
And that's the hardest part about playing a mobile quarterback. It's not the first play. The first play was a pass. It's the second play where he decides to pull it down, Jesse, becomes a running back, and makes something happen.
You're right, David. That's why so many coaching staffs now are trying to recruit dual-threat athletes at quarterback because of situations just like that. Down in the red zone, nobody open. You're not just going to throw it away and be okay kicking a field goal. You're taking off, and you're going to capitalize with a touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. The run inside. It's Williams. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to him. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it's hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. The give is to Williams. Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
So now it's 2nd and long. Throwing, Carr. Rushes on him. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their second. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
And the Sooners can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. The sure hands, it's Harris. Wrestled down at the 43 after getting 5. First down for this offense. He goes right back to the air. Here's a heat. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Starting to feel a little pressure. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Reese, some real edge of your seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go in this Frisco Bowl. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Frisco Bowl.
The Sooners will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They keep it on the ground to open the 3rd. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Back to the ground with the running back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. There's some room. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
3rd down and 2, you know it's time to get physical, and this unit paves the way, Jesse, and gets the big 1st down.
And this back's got such a burst, too, doesn't he? As soon as he saw the hole, he exploded through it and picked up a huge chunk of yards.
Here's Carr to throw. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
The completion picked up 6 yards on 1st down, now 2nd and 4. Motion from the wideout. Caught in the backfield. It's Porter. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a 1st down.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively. And right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the 1st down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Now on the counter. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Trying to impose their will with the run. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the 1st down, new set of downs, let's go.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Play fake, Carr. Throws to the tight end. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. A methodical drive, and they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 3rd. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Buys a little time with his feet. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Reads it, fires complete. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's a give to Robinson. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Breaks into the open. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move. At the end of 3, and we've got a chance to have a postseason classic on our hands. Let's take a look at the stats so far. Time to see who's going to head into the offseason with a big W as we start the final period. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Buying some time. He'll pull it down and run. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's MO. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake. I'd love to see him maybe hang in that pocket just a little more and maybe make some plays down the field with his arm.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
He'll take it himself. Maybe a crease. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And, guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
He'll do it himself. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll keep it again on the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They've got the lead here in the 4th. The Sooners come down and score one of their own.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. He'll bring it out. It's Perez. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. Wide receiver comes in motion. Running inside, it's Williams. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Carr. Quickly to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
They're in the gun, third down. Here's Carr. Punts it out of the air. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the first down. Dropping back, it's Carr. Under fire. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Hey, this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
C.J. Carr firing again. This time he's got it. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
I love the decision-making by the quarterback here. You're trailing. It's a 2-minute situation. You're not just throwing to receivers, but you're trying to find matchups that your tight end can take advantage of. With his athleticism, he's a big weapon for you in this 2-minute situation.
Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. It's caught. Notre Dame will now use its second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. He makes the grab.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch with these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
To the air again, Carr. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and to hit that time, help force the incompletion.
Carr from the gun on third down. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7. The Irish use their third and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Oh, they're after him. Got rid of it just in time.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Throwing, Carr. Takes the easy one to the back. And that one did not work. Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, checking in with Iowa's head coach before the game. In the locker room, he's telling his team before the game, this is the beginning of next year. They are a little disappointed they didn't make it to the college football playoff, but they want to use these extra 15 practices, this bowl game opportunity, as a starting point for next season. The next season starts today. That's the message as they take the field. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Wolverines offense will have the football first. And here comes Andrew Marsh. He is a guy who is reliable and can be dangerous if he gets a chance.
And man, this guy is fun to watch. You do not want to take a bathroom break. Sit in your seat when this offense has the ball, because at any point in time, this receiver can make the unbelievable highlight catch, David. His catch radius is as good as there is in all of college football. He has an unbelievable ability to just reel it in. We just expect it to happen today.
It's just a knack, and it's almost like every weekend you're going through social media, like, where's the clip, right? Like, because he just makes these clips that most humans don't make, whether it's one.
Got a little grass. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. Underwood. Bought a little time, lets it go. The sure hands, it's Buchanan. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. And the Wolverines lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. They'll try to run for it. Turning it on! That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something about it.
The Wolverines, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll move the wide receiver. They go play action. Bryce Underwood. Got his man on the right. Can't get him to the ground. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
On the move. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Wide receiver going in motion. Play fake, Underwood. Got his man on the outside. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up 3rd down.
11th play of this opening drive coming up, but this one, a 3rd and long. Here's Underwood to throw. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Wolverines! Haul that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. I can't imagine that going any better.
What a great start for this offense. Opening drive, come out, have success. You know, most offensive coordinators script their first 5 to 10 plays. Looks like that script worked pretty well.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. He'll bring it out. It's James. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Hawkeyes offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. That's caught. It's Diaz. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. See if they go back to the air after that short gain on first down. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. Here's a give to Malton. Here's a little room there. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Oh, he's got some space. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Man, this is the opposite of what this defense wanted. They told us in meetings, like, they were focused on this running back. Can't give up the big plays. He's touched it twice, and he's made 2 big plays. They've got to wrap him up. Sometimes you don't realize how good somebody is until you get into a football game.
He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss.
and just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. Breaks free, and he might be gone. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
Well, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Makes the grab. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
And man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Here's Kamari Malton. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And if you want to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen, get ready for the run, less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
To the air on 2nd down. Got it behind the line. It's Moulton. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target this area of the field?
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He gets a block. Got a little room. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. Sometimes you hope a return will give you good field position. Sometimes it puts a touchdown on the board like that 93-yarder just did. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Diaz. Across the 35. Out of bounds at the 36. And a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Wants to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. He makes the catch. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
There's a great saying in football. It's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes. Well, my Jimmy's better than your Joe.
The Hawkeyes come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Motion from the wide receiver. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Just led him a little too far across the sidelines. Couldn't make the catch in bounds. It's incomplete.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Had to get rid of it quickly.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to keep it in the air. Bringing the heat. Firing deep. It's caught downfield. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. He'll keep it himself. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Malton. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Hawkeye!
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Throwing, Underwood. Pulls it in, it's Marsh. And the Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. To the air, it's Underwood. Got out of trouble and throws. Finds a tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one falls incomplete, but this is going to be a positive play for the offense. Defense with pass interference coming. That pass interference call will give us one more untimed down in the half. Looking to throw on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
A first half that gave us some riveting moments, Reese. Not to mention the dramatic and the unexpected. Just a dynamite start to the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. This offense just continues to find a way to make big plays. No death by 1,000 cuts today. They are consistently gaining chunks of yardage, and it's reflected there on the scoreboard. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's James. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. The Hawkeyes offense heads out to start this drive. They'll start on the ground with Kamari Malton. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Diaz. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. To the air on first down. It's complete on the right side. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Took a shot as he threw.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
It'll be third and long. Wants to throw it. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
And the Hawkeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Underwood. Quarterback moving. He's going to take off. Might have gone into that slide a little early, and he'll be short of the first down.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
The Wolverines line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Gets the back moving. Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Underwood. He's got him in the flat. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. He's got the tight end. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You can put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
So much for the tough field position. One play and you're already to the 35. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Well, it's a nice job, too, the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the wideout. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Snagged out of the air. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Third and 3. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. They'll try to get it through the air. Unloads it downfield. Grabs it inside the 10. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
Well, in that kind of situation, in that field position on your own side of the field, 3rd and short, defense was definitely thinking run. Instead, they throw the football, they catch him off guard. It's an explosive play, now setting up 1st and goal.
So now the opportunity to take the lead with a 1st and goal here. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Moulton. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Iowa! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And this offense defense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
Ready to try the point after. And it's good, and he's gotten the lead up to 3 late. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Sends it back in motion. Here's Underwood to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Buchanan. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. The run inside. It's Marshall. Thrust that arm out. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Might as well give it to him again. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Quick completion to the right. There he goes. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Running inside. It's Marshall. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere. He's knocked down behind the line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Throwing, Underwood. He wants a big play here late. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
And this defense knows exactly the spot they're in, man. They are up. They've got their more defensive backs on the field. They're dropping back. You can tell they are taking away the deep ball. Nice job understanding situation, understanding clock, and what the offense is trying to do to you.
And they fail to hook up on third down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Bryce Underwood to throw for it on fourth. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Let's see what they've got on second down. Handoff for Malton. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. Kamari again. A timely pickup to get the first down there, and it took a little something out of the crowd, too. Michigan choosing to spend its final timeout here. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. The Hawkeyes with the 1st and 10. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. Sun Bowl in the West Texas town of El Paso. Some view this as a reward, others an opportunity to finish on a winning note here in the Sun Bowl. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Penn State Nittany Lions. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Thanks, guys. Coach Golding told me before the game, he knows that there is a lot of motivation behind this game. A Big Ten SEC showdown always gets people talking about bragging rights, particularly because the Big Ten has won the last 3 national championships. They want to make sure that they're showing up and showing they are the big kids on the block right now. We'll see if the SEC team can respond here today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Rebels offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. And here's the big fella, senior tight end. They'll try to feed him today. And we've got a couple of guys, one on each side in this game, who will do everything you could ask of a tight end.
Man, I've been waiting for this game for a long time, Reese, after everything you just said. Do not blink, do not go to the bathroom, because both of these offenses can score quickly. These passing attacks are 2 of the most dangerous in the entire country, and it's always fun when you get to this first game now, because it's one thing to do it in practice, but you can't wait to get out and finally do it against a live defense. And when you've got quarterback play and you've got weapons catching the ball like these offenses have, boy, oh boy, you know it's just going to be exciting.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Wants to fire on second down. Got a man. It's Alexander. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down.
And one thing I'm really interested to see is this Ole Miss offense post-Lane Kiffin, post-Charlie Weis Jr., and they always find wide receivers. Palmer, it's amazing. They've had a knack for it. Was that Kiffin? Was that Weis? Can Golden find those guys? They bring in a bunch of transfers to try to fulfill the same recipe that they've been using. Let's see how fast it will work.
The best news is Trinidad Chambliss is back throwing the ball. He's one of those guys who can elevate the players around him, too. You're right. There's going to be some new faces, and it's going to be important from a chemistry standpoint that he and these guys are able to get on the same page very early on. But once everything starts clicking, this offense, man, they light up the scoreboard. And how much would you love it as a receiver playing with a quarterback like Chambliss?
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Haas. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And offenses keep track of yards after catch consistently. There was none there. Nice job by the defense swarming to the football as soon as he caught it and getting him on the ground.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lacey. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Looking for a big gain. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And man, these late-night crowds are so much fun. They're so into it, so much energy in this building. And the visiting team drives down the field. Tell you what, drive stalls out a little bit, but they quieted this place a little bit by getting 3 and starting this game off on the right foot.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Nittany Lions offense will now get its first chance with the football. And they'll be met by this defensive front, which can wreak havoc.
Well, this is one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but David, he better have a clock going off in his head in this one, because this is one of the elite pass rushes.
Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
Man, they have got a weapon in this offense right there at running back. This dude is tremendous. You think about Franco Harris, you think about Kajana Carter, Curtis Enis, Saquon Barkley. Time and time again, Penn State running backs wearing defenses down. This guy is a problem, and this defense better find a way to slow him down.
Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, one thing you know about Penn State when you've watched them play in recent years is they were absolutely loaded at running back. Maybe the best 1-2 combination over the last several seasons in Nick Singleton and Kaytron Allen, David. Now both those guys are gone. There's going to be some new faces toting the rock, but this is Penn State. They've got to be able to run the ball.
They do, and you think about this new era with Matt Campbell coming over, obviously bringing Hansen at the running back spot, but you know how he likes to do it, man. Multiple tight ends, run the football. Rocco Beck's going to be steady at quarterback, so whether it's Hansen, whether it's Peoples who comes over from Ohio State, I expect the ground game to be what Penn State fans are used to.
The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Hansen. Got enough for the first. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Looking for a man. It's Beck. Shoots it to the left. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Looking to the big tight end. Makes a connection. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They just keep firing. He wants it all. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Quick strike through the air for the score.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field with the windows closed so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. The option, the keeper. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football on the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Right on the money. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, this defense is going to mix up their looks against this quarterback, playing some zone. That time it was man coverage, but they also brought the blitz. So they're just trying to keep this quarterback on his toes.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And that's just a bad job by the offense, picking up the blitz on third down. You should be expecting that. And running backs and tight ends and linemen got to know. We've got to give our quarterback an opportunity to make this throw. They couldn't get it done, and now they're facing fourth down.
My goodness, he unloads on that one. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Penn State's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Snags it, and there's running room. An explosive run, and he gets it all the way up to the 50-yard line before going out of bounds.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Pulls and fires complete. It's a fumble on the play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Running inside. It's Lacey.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. It's on target and complete. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
And that's why the bullet pass is so important. Sometimes these defenses, they don't give you big windows to throw into, and you want to take that chance, but you cannot lob that football down the field and get it in there. Nice use of the bullet pass, my friend.
They'll snap it from the 39. 1st and 10. The play action fake. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, as he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
So now it's 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lacey. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And so far early in this game, and you've got to be impressed with this defense and the physicality and then stopping the run. You can tell it's a priority for this defense. They're up there. They're close to the line of scrimmage. The ground game right now not going, and the defense is dialed in on it.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Fires on the move. Complete to the left. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
I'll tell you, this guy's really special when he only has 2 seconds to throw the football. If you're going to give him that much time, he's going to put up crazy numbers in this game. He has such a good understanding of this offense and where his guys are. He did not need all that time to throw that completion, but certainly he'll take it.
Looking to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Timeout taken here by the Nittany Lions. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
And I absolutely understand wanting to make a play for your team, man, but you've got to know when to give it up. You're at this part of the field, man. This is the part of the field where you throw the football. You get rid of it. You don't take a sack, because what that does now to your field goal operation, it makes it a lot longer. Now the decision becomes a lot harder for this offense when he could have just thrown the football away and not taken the big loss.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. The run inside. It's Hansen.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Beck. Under fire. They've got a great pressure by this defense. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On the run, it's Hansen. It'll be a first down as he gets it to the 24-yard line. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Reese, very few venues provide a better stage than Sun Bowl Stadium as we bring you this first half update of the Sun Bowl from El Paso. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the second half of the Sun Bowl.
The Rebels will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. And they got it done in the first half, but the job now, follow up, close the deal, and bring home a bowl victory.
Finish. You hear teams say it all the time, and that applies to them right now, David, here in the second half. It's a lot of really good things in that first half. Need some more big plays here to get this double.
And you've seen it with bowl game. Big swings, man. When the rust comes off after that first half and people get in a rhythm, you've seen big comebacks. So I know they're winning, but keep the foot on the gas. This first possession is crucial.
The Nittany Lions with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking downfield, it's Beck. Got it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. He was grabbing for anything he could get a hold of and wound up with a fistful of face mask, and it'll cost him 15. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Running inside, it's Hansen. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Working the middle, it's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Nittany Lions are flying down the field. He wants to throw it again. He's got an open man. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Back to pass, it's Beck. A little screen to the running back. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Penn State! PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Hold and finds his man on the left. Could not make his way to the corner.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
But we've seen this offense struggle early in this game protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight up front. They're just getting beat across the board.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
They kick it away on 4th down. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And they stop him there with a tackle for a loss. And how about the run defense in this football game? A lot of coaches, man, they talk about it. Coming into a game, first thing we have to do is stop the run. Both these defenses so far have been up for the challenge.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. To the air, it's Beck. Finds his tight end. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Sets up the screen. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points, and now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hansen. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Well, I think a big key to linebackers having success when they blitz is the timing. Did you see how perfect that timing was by that linebacker? It's almost as if he knew when the snap count was. Great anticipation.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Rebels offense is back on the field. Looking to throw on first down. Looking for a big play. Complete in the middle. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And they're attacking the middle of the field. That's a big gain by the offense. And I know the big fella, I know it takes him a second to get going. But once he gets 8, 10, 12 yards downfield, those are big strides. And it's hard for people to keep up with them. Really nice job getting vertical. Nice play by the offense.
And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. He's got it down the middle. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
You know, in a 2-minute situation like this, you've got to find your best players on the field. When you've got one of the best wide receivers in the game, that's the guy that you need to be thrown to as often as possible in a 2-minute situation late trailing.
Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the first. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fakes to grab. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Spits it out to the back. Oh, he makes the catch. Ole Miss calls its second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. The Rebels go back to work after moving the chains through the air. To the air on first down. Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it for a touchdown in the final minute. We're a 2-point conversion away from a tie.
Yeah, I tell you what, great job by this offense. Great execution. You drive down the field, you get the score. Now what's your 2-point play? You practiced it all week. What's your go-to in this moment late in the fourth quarter when you need the 2-point conversion?
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. Just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. The play will stand. Here's the snap, looking to throw. They go to the wide receiver screen. He is denied, stopped short of the goal line, trying to tie the game, and he will not get the 2-point conversion. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Quarterback takes a knee.